Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to a bonus episode of the Cinema Speak podcast. Today, we're going to be doing a tier ranking of the entirety of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. My name is Brad.
My name is Charlie.
My name's Santino, and I may be sponsored by Air Up. Maybe. Hashtag sponsor me. Sell out.
We might have to edit that out, Santino, but that's okay. It's a video, so nobody will notice. No, I'm joking. Now, of course, you may be listening to the audio version of this, but if you want to actually follow along and watch us do this tier ranking live video form, and you can see what we look like, see our beautiful mugs,
and our messy rooms.
See our messy rooms. I'd say Charlie certainly has the cleanest room out of us by far.
I'll say I'm in the middle of like pre-packing, so my room's kind of a mess right now.
But yeah, so check us out on YouTube. Just search CinemaSpeak, and you can see us actually make this tier. So without further ado, let's get into it here. We've got the entire Marvel Cinematic and television universe. I'm going to call some of it televisual for sure. And we have to decide how we're going to rank these things. So let's just get into it here, starting with Iron Man. And we'll start kind of going down with our opinions. Let's have Santino first throw out a ranking. What do you think, Iron Man? What are you feeling?
Oh, this has started it all. So how high does this tier go to?
So we have S. S is the highest.
It has to be at least an A.
I was thinking A also.
I was thinking A because it definitely gets higher, but it was definitely a very strong start. So
yeah, I don't think it's quite S tier, but I'm comfortable with A. We going A?
Yeah, because I think it was for the first time doing. Oh, there you go. Already messing up. Change. I want a recount of these.
Well, I don't have an actual mouse, so I'm using my pad here. But see, I told we're gonna breeze through these. This is gonna be easy.
I gotta start talking more then.
No, we're good. The Incredible Hulk. I've only seen this once.
Yeah, same.
I kind of remember it being not that great, but Charlie, what's your initial thought?
I think it goes down to so it goes from S to F. I remember it not being great either. I remember liking it better than Hulk, like the original one. But I don't know. What is D too mean? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that might be the ceiling for me. I don't know. Well, Santino, what do you think?
I was thinking C because that Hulk and Abomination fight is pretty good. The final fight at the end, and then even the fact that South Park did it like shot for shot also.
Let's be generous with it, and we will give it a D.
Now, are these locked in? Are these?
We can move them. We can move them.
Okay, so like if something comes up later on, we're like, oof,
yeah,
okay.
But because I'm just thinking like there is definitely some things worse than this, but I think C is too generous because I do think it's definitely lower tier.
I guess I'll give you that one.
All right, next up, Thor. I'll kick this one off, and I don't like. No, I guess you know what? Actually, I think we did a good job with Hulk there because I feel like Thor is a C. I feel like Thor is like a C Marvel movie. You know, like
yeah, it was a bit rough, but the Asgard stuff was really cool. The bleached eyebrows though was really bad.
I do feel like we're still so early on that a lot of these are just going to be kind of like, I don't know if milk toast is the right word, but very like run of the mill like superhero movies other than Iron Man. But
well, let's even think the Thor movies. I would probably. Now I know we're probably going to get some pushback when we get to this. I would personally, I'd say this is the worst of the 4 Thor movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we'll get to it with the Dark World. That might be controversial. And you know, we're on YouTube now, so the geeks and gamers might come for me. But I mean,
hashtag last video.
Last video. It's our first video in 2 years, and it will be our last video. I don't know. I'm thinking C, unless you guys. I definitely don't think D. I mean, maybe I could say B, but I feel C feels right.
I think on a good day, a B, like because I think the fact that you have what's his name playing old, like all like everything in Asgard is great. Like I think that's all cool. But then once he's on Earth, it's kind of like like I don't know, the Earth stuff's kind of just weird tonally wise.
Yeah.
So I can give it a C.
Yeah, I'm good with C. It's like, pretty average, I would say.
All right. Yeah, I think this just feels like a C movie. Oh.
I'm trying to sneak it into a D.
All right, Santino, Captain America: The First Avenger.
I really like the first Avenger. I really like this one. I could say it's a solid B for an origin story. I think they're pretty good with it, how they did it, and especially how they kept like changing the costume, like how it started out like, oh, it's kind of like goofy, but that's supposed to be like the marketing of it almost, and to where he ended up with the costume. Like, okay, it looks more like how like you would figure like a military figure kind of in that situation would have it. So I think it could be a solid B for me.
I mean, I was saying B too. I think it's a heavy B. It's a heavy B. I really like this movie.
I'm fine with B. Yeah,
Are you just gonna agree with anything we say?
pretty much. I expected it to be like all like averages, so like Santino gave everything an S, Brad gave everything an F, and it just end up in the middle.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I said earlier, I'm saving my S's for later on.
Oh God, I already know there's a few coming up that's going to be very controversial. So actually, I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. We're a little tight. Okay. Next up, we have Iron Man 2, Charlie.
I
remember this piece of trash.
It was weird. I remember when I first saw it, I like really liked it in the theater, but then when I rewatched it, I kind of agreed with everyone else. I don't. I definitely liked it better than Incredible Hulk, but I feel like it's either like a light C maybe, or a high end D.
I was gonna say E. So.
Ooh, okay. Unless Santino, unless you say something, but I mean, I'm fine with just putting it in a D for now, just to kind of meet in the middle. But
yeah, like there's really nothing really to like. The race car scene is kind of cool when you first see Whiplash, and then when you see War Machine and Iron Man fight like all those drones in the was it they're like in like the pond or what they like some kind of like can't even think of where they're at.
Yeah, it wasn't like they're like not conference hall, but it was like that like whole like big like area like for like their
Who cares?
expo thing.
Yeah, like that was kind of cool, but yeah, there's really not too much memorable stuff. Like
I'm gonna say right now, I'm putting my foot down. We are not putting this in a C. I'll compromise and go D.
Yeah, I would say I'm comfortable with D.
Yeah, like, I think it'd be okay. Maybe after thinking about it, maybe it might go a little bit lower, but I think D will be okay.
Yeah,
for now.
this one could be one we go back to.
That's true. I'm just gonna put it in an F for right now. And,
gotta get that one F in already.
All right, this one now. This might be interesting. The Avengers. Now, this is tough because when it first came out, I wouldn't even say I would say it's an S tier when it first came out, but I really liked it when it first came out. I think it's maybe a little dated now. Like it feels like not only have we had better team up movies, some of the like Joss Whedonisms are kind of cringy at this point. But I do think it should be pretty high. I think as a movie, I would say it's not as good as Iron Man, in my opinion.
But I think to counter that, I think as a concept, like something that a lot of people said that couldn't be done about this team movie. This was the first time we saw like a big group of heroes together at once, and like even kind of like the build up, like a movie a year or so. Like I feel like it did live up to the hype of we could have a big team. Like no, what it wasn't even that big of a team. Like like 5 people. No wait, I mean
I don't know,
6.
Or
I disagree. We had team ups like this beforehand. I mean, Three Amigos. Come on, dude. Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Chevy Chase.
Oh man,
3 people that never worked together before. Yeah, I am kind of siding with Santino though, just because it was one I say even before when it came out, I remember thinking they were going to ruin Iron Man with it, but then really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's definitely dated, but I would say it's probably at least on par, on par with the first Iron Man.
Hmm.
And I mean, we could put an S for shawarma for the joke, but
True.
Well, we're absolutely not doing that. I can tell you that much. I can live with it being an A.
okay.
I would, Santino, where would you say?
I would say S just because, like, I think maybe it's an A of a movie, but with the context of what it did at the time, like, I think it deserves an S for taking the risk, doing a slow build up, and I think it was oh, you bitch.
No, I don't think I can say A. Like Charlie, are you officially saying A? Is that yours, or would you?
I think I'll be just because we know certain ones that'll come later.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would say A is fine.
I'm gonna go
It's
A.
tough because for the time it probably would have. I would have said S.
Oh,
but
it definitely
since
would have been like an A. Like
Yeah.
opening weekend, you would have been like, this is totally
Right.
an S. But I guess I could see it now because you guys are, lame and all. But
I mean, it really is kind of. I mean, it's not that good until the final act of the movie. To be honest, like it's a little. There's some stuff early on that's pretty bad, I'd say. But it has been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, same.
yeah.
Plus, I just will never be able to get over the trauma of me and my friend, who I guess I won't say his name. Actually, he actually I'm gonna keep this tight-lipped because he actually does work in the industry now.
Oh.
Oh.
He doesn't work for Marvel, but we
Oh.
were there opening night, and we were at the theater, and this was before you could buy tickets online or whatever. And we were texting a group of like 6 friends, and we were like, "We got your seats saved. Come on, we're gonna hold these seats for you. Just come buy tickets." And the theater was filling up, and every seat was filled except for these 6 that we were saving. And then they get to the theater and they're like, "Dude, they say it's sold out. They won't let us in." So we these 6 seats right in the middle of the theater, we just ended up having like wide open, and we felt like the biggest jerks. So
Everyone's
there's a
giving
little
you
bit
guys
of
dirty looks.
there's a little residual trauma from that. But anyway, let's go with A for now. Iron Man 3. Is it Santino? Your first what's your
Iron
impression?
Man 3. Oof. That one, this one left a weird taste. I could say, yeah. This was where we started to see some of like the effects of the Avengers, where like the humor was really starting to bleed in.
Yeah.
I could say a good C. Maybe I could maybe go to a B maybe, but I think C.
Yeah, I know some people like this one. I wasn't that big of a fan when it first came out. Now I will say, I do like the stuff with the man. Is it Mandarin?
The Mandarin, yeah.
Mhm.
I actually like what they do with him in this.
It was interesting, but I do like what they do with it later on with him with that.
Santino didn't like it because it's not comic accurate. He's out.
No, I'm okay with stuff not being comic accurate. I just wanted to be good comic, not accurate.
I'm comfortable with the C. What do you say, Charlie?
Yeah, because I do remember like I said, leaving the theater. I remember even liking Iron Man 2, but like I feel like with Iron Man 3, there was a better like reception like afterwards, like talking to people. It seemed like more people enjoyed it, and I didn't feel as ashamed for liking it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm fine with C, have it above Iron Man 2.
Oh yeah, it's certainly above. What do we have?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not a D.
Yeah, but I just mean like a step above it.
Yeah, I'd say it's a step above. Yeah, that feels good for now. All right, controversial.
Is
Thor:
it though?
The Dark World.
Oh, so it's me then. I've only seen this one once on TV. So
On TV.
What?
Yeah.
With commercials?
Probably it was.
Wow.
So I was tainted because when I saw it was after Brad hyping it up. So
Oh,
and I'm a
Love
bit of
Thor: The Dark World.
I'm a bit of a yes man.
I'm gonna
So
say this is my first. I'm saying we all get one overruled. We all get one overruled.
oh,
And
you say that now after like so long? You say that after we do Avengers,
no, I'm
we get
joking.
them.
No. Because this is a consensus tier maker.
mhm.
But I'm throwing it. This is an S tier movie. S tier. This is the best of. No, I'm joking.
Okay, good, good. I say even I wouldn't go that far with this one.
I think it's got one of my favorite jokes in the whole MCU when he
Can I
hangs up the
guess?
hammer.
Yeah, I was gonna say the hammer.
Pretty good.
That's a really good joke. Even at work, me and my boss, we talk about that, how that's like the best joke.
Yeah, but Charlie, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No,
What
you're
do you-
good. I'm just besides the the hammer on the coat rack, there's not a whole lot I remember.
That to be fair, that is the only thing I remember about this movie.
I mean, I'm like I said, I kind of remember it similar to how I remember the first Thor. Just, I know it's kind of considered one of the, like the worst ones for a lot of people.
Hmm.
I don't remember anything like that. And I did kind of like the bad guy in it. So I mean, I'm fine kind of keeping it middle like C, but
I'm fine with that because
I think
I
C is fair.
I liked it when it came out, but I haven't revisited it. And the coat hook thing is the only moment I remember.
I
we should
do
just put
remember a lot of people saying the last fight is like Mortal Kombat meets Portal.
Well, in that case, it's got to be a B, right? No, we'll go see. We'll go see. That's fair.
See, that seems like a good one.
Oh no, no, jeez. Oh, now here's where. Okay, the
Uh-oh.
Winter Soldier. Is it me?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'd be you.
Thank God. This movie
Uh-oh.
sucks. I hate this movie. I think this is the worst movie we've done yet. I would say F tier.
Those be fighting words. I'm leaving now.
All right, maybe not F tier. I would say E. This is an E for me. This is
Really?
E.
How?
I saw this movie twice in theaters. Hated it both times.
What you
I
hate
thought-
about it?
It's
Oh,
just
I remember.
so boring.
I don't know. I remember you and I saw it one of the times. Like it was you, me, and
Yeah.
my roommate.
I think I think I remember you kind of being because like
yeah, I remember saying like I couldn't really get into that.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was bored. It was just sort of like didn't click. But
I just couldn't really get into it that much.
But like I know a lot of people really like this one. Like I said, I think I kind of put it in the same boat as the Dark World, kind of. They're just sort of like, yeah,
You guys are out for lunch, man. What the hell is going on with this?
What are you gonna say, bud? You're the one out to lunch, I think.
I thought this was great because it was like because it felt more like kind of like a spy thriller, and like it kind of got me really hopeful for like a Black Widow solo movie where she's like
now
where she's
now
like
one
kind of like being a spy, you know, like that'd be kind of cool. And this kind of had a good proof of concept.
Now, one thing, this did bring the whole like Hail Hydra like meme with like Gary Shandling that Brad, I know you were definitely big into when that was.
Yeah, I did like that a lot. That was easily the best part of the movie. That's maybe why I would say it's an E tier, not an F tier. I don't know, man. Like I just remember everybody loving this movie, and I thought the action there was like the action was okay, but like not even that great. And like as a spy thriller, I thought it was like kind of like a bad like it was like the most industry like corporate facsimile of an authentic 70s spy thriller. Like it just felt so just false to me. I don't know. And I just didn't care about any of the plot, and I don't care about Bucky. I don't give a shit.
You don't like it, the Winter Soldier? Winter Soldier is awesome.
I literally, if we were ranking the characters, like he would be G. He's below F. He's G. I don't care.
G for good.
Yeah, no, G for garbage. But Santino, I mean, what are you saying? What's your letter pick? Let's just throw it on the table.
I would have said A because I really like this one. I thought it was great. I like I said, I thought the fact that like Captain and Black Widow like doing their own thing, the whole Hydra stuff like going on, even this how this affected the Agents of Shield show, which I don't think that's on this list. But I don't know if that's canon anymore.
Yeah, that one was
But
kind of weird. It was like kind of like it was like the sort of the first one, but then sort of forgotten about too.
it was like because like well that was a show that it was canon up to Infinity War because they
Mhm.
couldn't get the script to it, so they kind of just like made their own thing and it ends up being like they're in their own universe now. But anyways, I really like I say this could be A tier easily.
All right, so we have a C, an A, and an F. What does that average out to? No, I guess I wouldn't say F. What do I have this? Oh, I haven't logged in on Letterboxd. This was pre-Letterboxd.
Oh, probably right before, I would think, right?
Yeah, it must have been. I would say I can live with it being C, but I mean, we're not. Listen, dude, I said F, so we're not going any higher.
I would say B at the lowest, but I
No.
guess
Yeah, I think.
yes, 2 out of 3. I can't fight you guys on this one.
I mean, Charlie, are you okay with it being C?
I think I said C, so
Yeah. I mean, we should say we are in the minority on this one for sure.
yeah, it's like that's why I said I almost feel like I'd be okay with it being higher because I feel like it's just kind of me missing out on something. But
Maybe I
Well,
need
you're
to give this
action
another
blindness,
shot,
so you don't know
but
good
that's
action
true.
anyways.
It was that yeah that this is when I started coming down with the sickness.
this, I mean, and we should say this is the first from the Russo brothers who are just like, I mean, peace and love to them, but I mean, I don't think they have the sauce, to be honest.
I don't know. A couple $1 billion movies beg to differ.
I mean, yeah, sure. ExxonMobil makes a couple $1 billion. Not like I'm gonna be putting them on the top of the pedestal. You know what I'm saying?
If they're paying you, you would.
Well, sure. Yeah, if the Russo brothers want to pay me some of the 80 million they have from the next 2 Avengers movies, yeah, I'll bump them up to a B for sure.
Only a
Give me
B.
break. Give me a break. All right, we're at a C. All right, now Guardians of the Galaxy, Santino.
I think this deserves at least an A. I hopefully I can maybe convince you to get an S because I think the idea that this was a movie that nobody should have liked. The concept about talking raccoon, talking tree, space adventures, like it's a character that nobody should have walked out of loving it as much as they did. So I think it deserves an A at worst, S at best.
I mean, there's no convincing me. I would say S.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think,
mean I don't have any problems with that.
I figured this would
say
probably be
S,
the one.
Charlie, or
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something that I think it was like I think especially after, at least with me with the Winter Soldier and stuff, where it started to become kind of stale. This was definitely something that brought a lot of new sort of feeling to the franchise. So yeah, I'm fine with this.
I think I would say this is my favorite Marvel movie. I think there's a couple
Yeah,
other ones that maybe could be up there, but I think for me, if I'm putting one as an S, especially because I think this one really did like open up things stylistically. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Let's lock it. It's an S. Are we
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I think it's an S. It's an S.
Hell yeah,
S, baby.
Yeah. Bam. There
Psych
we go.
B.
And then what do we have next? Age of Ultron, Avengers Age of Ultron. Ooh.
So whose turn is it? Mine?
You, I think. You want
I
to
just
do
wanted.
first thoughts?
Yes, it's mine. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think it's kind of I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, definitely maybe we've got too many C's, so maybe around a D, maybe that's kind of where I'm sitting.
Ooh, really?
I mean, it's okay if we have more C's because I mean, there's a lot of just you know,
it's kind of just one that
average crap.
It's kind of
here.
one that you just sort of forget about. I feel like.
Yeah. I think I would say. I mean, Santino, are you singing the praises of this thing? Because I'm personally good with a C.
I was thinking more of a B. 'Cause I like the Hulk with the Hulkbuster fight. I like that.
That one's pretty good.
The introduction of Vision was
I
cool.
did like Vision a lot in this
Yeah.
one. But...
I think Scarlet Witch is cool. I am upset that they killed off Quicksilver. I thought Quicksilver had a lot of potential. 'Cause I also like Quicksilver in the comics too. But I know it is definitely a step down from the first Avengers, but I could say, I could say I could argue a B, like a solid B.
All right, we got a B. Charlie, you said C.
Yeah, I mean, like, but I don't know. I've been saying C for a lot of things.
I think okay. I'm just going based on what we have so far. We can change it, obviously, but I don't. I certainly think First Avenger is way better than this movie, so I think I'm gonna say C too.
See, yeah, like I could feel like I could argue more, but honestly, it was kind of a step down.
I mean, yeah.
Avengers.
Let's just say this. I think it's the worst Avengers movie. Like, I think that's consensus, like by far, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's fair.
Okay, I could live with that, I guess.
Ant-Man, baby. I mean, it's got Greg Turkington in it from On Cinema. So, I mean, that's at least a B. I kind of like the Ant-Man, the first two Ant-Man movies, I should say. I think it feels like it's not like super like important. It feels like it knows that it's not important, so it kind of is like just fun. And I think I'd say B for me.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with B. It's definitely the like it's not quite like what Guardians did, but like I feel like it definitely was one that was like it knew what it was and had fun with it.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Like it was a it's another weird character that could have been bad, but I think they had fun with it. The fun with the concept and everything.
All right, it's a B, baby.
Hell yeah.
Civil War,
Ooh.
other Russo brothers, Turkey. Yeah, I hate. This is another movie I think is not good. I don't like this movie.
Man.
Is this back to Santino first?
Oh yeah, sorry.
So I was gonna say, man, cutting me off already because you know what I'm gonna say already.
It's such a good team up movie. You have
it really is. Well, okay. Compared to the comic wise, it's nothing like the comic. Like, but for again, we had a big team, like a lot more characters, a lot more going on. But I thought it was great. I think this could be an A tier movie at least. I know you guys aren't gonna say it.
Well, I definitely like this one better than Winter Soldier. I remember Brad hating it, but I remember enjoying like the kind of the intro with Spider-Man and like everything. I'm not sure if I'd say A, but I definitely I would be comfortable with a B.
I mean, I hate it, but
throw it in C.
Yeah, no, I mean,
we'll do it a ravage.
I can maybe live with a B. I don't because it did introduce Tom Holland to Spider-Man.
A great Spider-Man, by the way.
Yeah, he's all right. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, it feels like it wasn't quite as like, people with Winter Soldier saying it's like the best Marvel movie or whatever. That's where it was like I had to like make a statement, and it's like this one. I feel like it's not quite as highly praised, so it's like I can live with it being above Winter Soldier and all the. Yeah, I can go B.
And I think a lot of the hype for it was because we got Spider-Man finally.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing articles saying that hey, Sony might finally like let Marvel use Spider-Man or like all these different things like and because in the comics Spider-Man is a big part of this arc of the Civil War, but they didn't really do it the way he was in the comics, but it was still good to see. It gave him a good excuse to finally grab on to Spider-Man.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So B, are we going B?
I'm good with that.
I guess I could do B.
All right. Doctor Strange.
I
Is it me? I think,
think
or
it might be me because
oh, it's
Santino, I think
yeah.
he just went right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I this is another one I've only seen once. I I remember liking it. The only problem is I don't remember much anymore.
Too much
Um,
action.
yeah. Um, I still remember liking it though. Like I don't know. I'm feeling B a little bit, but I could be persuaded.
Yeah, I don't really remember much, but I did like it as well. I just looked it up on Letterboxd, and I actually gave it a really high score.
Mm,
Would you give it?
4 out of 5.
Oof.
okay, so
I'm
that's at
kind of
least a B then.
surprised. Well, actually, no. I can see you like it, because especially with how he defeats the main villain. I thought that was kind of smart and a lot different.
Yep, I definitely
Mhm.
remember that.
Do you though?
Yeah, he keeps like rewinding it and going back. Like
Oh,
Yeah, because
yeah.
he's
I
like an
think, yeah.
immortal he's an immortal being that doesn't understand time, and he just keeps repeating like the same spell over and over, like a time spell.
Cool, yeah.
It's a lot
I
cooler in the movie than when you watch. You're like, oh yeah, it's a lot smarter than your average movie.
I mean, I like Mads Mikkelsen as the villain. I remember liking some of the visuals. I'd go B. I could go B.
B sounds fair. I think it was. I think yeah. For how weird they could have gone with it, I think B is a good one.
All right, Guardians 2. Um, I really like this. I would say it's almost as good as the first,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but I would say maybe not quite as much of a breath of fresh air. So I'd maybe go A. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to going as high as S, but I think it is maybe a step down from the original. So I would personally say A, unless you guys really are pushing S.
I think we could get it to an S. I think it
Mhm.
does have some very good like there's they changed up a lot of stuff with some of the story but they did have that good like gut wrench punch at the end that made you feel really realize how much you care about these characters. I could say S. I could possibly say S, but
Mhm.
I could be okay with an A though if if you guys felt more like it wasn't as good as one.
I mean, there's always like ways we're gonna rank like in within the tiers too, but yeah, I would say like light S,
Oh
heavy
yeah, aren't we
A.
supposed to be ranking within the
I
tiers?
mean,
I forgot.
we don't have to, but it's like we
Well,
can
let's
always
do
just
that
like
once
make
we
it.
get
Yeah,
everything around. Yeah, yeah.
but
Here comes our 3-hour podcast.
um, I mean, yeah, I'm probably just kind of putting it in S for now, and then we can once we see how everything else shakes out.
All right,
I'm good
that's
with
two
that
S's and an A, so
Okay.
we'll put it in S. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, so I'll put it in S.
until you put it out there and everyone's saying it should have been a Z tier.
Z. Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, Homecoming, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, it's me, right? I loved it. I could really say this could be a good S. I really did like this movie.
Almost just spit on my drink.
I do a spit take. I really like. I remember going seeing this with my cousins, and we were just like hyped as hell at the end of it. Like, it was so great. Like the twist, and like the fact to see like someone that looks like they're in high school be in high school for Spider Man. Like
Santino loves watching high schoolers.
oh,
He
that's weird.
loves it.
I was a high schooler when this came out. Wait, no, I wasn't. I was probably when this come
I think
out.
what like 2017 or something maybe.
Really, I thought it was a lot earlier than that, but oh well.
Yeah,
Time it's hard to keep track of everything, but I thought it was great. I think the Vulture is cool, like the way they did with the Vulture. Um, you get Michael Keaton as the Vulture, like that's awesome, man. Like it works. I love this movie so much.
I mean, I really liked it too, and like I know it was definitely the twist definitely got me too. It's one of the few that I actually saw more than once in the theater.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm kind of in this. I would say it's maybe just below where I was with Guardians 2, so maybe like a heavy A, maybe kind of want to see how the rest of it shakes out. But
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to bring this thing
Uh-oh.
down a little bit. I'm saying like E, so let's put it in C. Let's just throw it. No, so I would say it'd probably be a B for me. So I'd say let's put it in A.
okay,
We got an S, an
Okay.
A, and a B. Is that put it in A? Is that?
I mean
I
that's
guess
fine.
that's fair. Yeah, I'll take that.
It's
I
definitely
figured
not an A.
I figured it might have been a little struggle to fight with you guys to get this one up to an S, but I'm okay with an A.
But yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it too, though.
It is a good one. It is good. It's not quite A for me, but I can live with it being there. So, Thor Ragnarok.
Is this me?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this was another one that I feel like I feel like it was a good like span there where a lot of, but I don't know, it definitely was like kind of came out of left field sort of. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking high up there, either like light S, heavy A again.
Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me.
Well, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of bad things coming down the road, so I'm trying to.
We've got a lot of bad things right now.
No, this is all good tier.
Yeah, you loved this one when it came out.
No, I did not. No.
Ragnarok?
Really?
I was ahead of the Taika Waititi cancel train.
I don't know, man. I remember you hyping this one up.
Dude, I gave it I'm looking at it right now. I gave it a 3.5, my man.
That's loving it for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Letterboxd
for
don't
MCU, that's
lie.
pretty good.
Same rating as Thor: The Dark World.
Exactly.
So you
No,
must have loved this one then.
you hyping that one up.
No, this one was. I mean, yeah, it was good. But yeah, I think it was maybe overhyped for me. I don't know. Like, I didn't love it as much.
That's why you guys see it opening weekend before the hype.
Dude, the hype starts long before opening weekend, dude. You kidding me?
I mean, I'm fine going like I would say I'm fine A to B.
Yeah, I could say A or B also. I could see it being an A, but I'll be okay going down to a B though.
I mean, I would say B, but if you guys like, Charlie, you were flirting with an S. Like, if you're that high, then we can put it in A. But I'm a B.
I'm just thinking of what's coming down the line, but but yeah, I'm comfortable with either.
Let's go A.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, just looking at because I would say if it is a B, it would be at the top of the Bs. But let's go A for now. That's fine. Black Panther. I really liked this one when it came out, but I do think there are some issues with it. Like, the effects are kind of bad looking. But I do like it. Kind of the world building, the action I think was good. I would say, what are we looking at here? I would maybe say B.
I'm good with B.
Yeah, I could say B. I'll say this one was very hyped up.
It was, and I did really like it, but I'd say it's maybe a heavy B. But I would go B.
Yeah,
good villain too, really good villain.
He was very good until they made him mold up to, oh, we can't have audience like him too much.
Yeah, had to make him really evil.
Yeah, which was like, you really had a good villain there, and then you like made him generic evil. You're like,
yeah. Let's go. Let's stick with B for now. All right, Infinity War, Avengers: Infinity War.
Oof. This is me, right?
I think so.
S tier.
Absolutely not. There's no way this is an F, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I like how it ended. I think I definitely liked it better once we got like that both of the like kind of the ending to it, but
I think this is another one you have to think about, like the build up to it. Everything, all the movies, everything had been building up for basically these next two.
Right.
Like how everything was. This was like these were the big ones.
I do remember kind of rooting for Thanos in this one. I think it was just because I was kind of getting a little marveled out.
Thanos was a great villain. He was a very sympathetic. You understood his motives very clearly, And
I think I was
like,
just more bloodthirsty. I was like,
what
kill some of these guys.
you got your blood though.
Yeah.
You got it. You got your wish.
I feel like the ending is the only thing memorable about it.
How about when Thor shows up with Stormbreaker, when they're fighting in the Shield in Wakanda, and like he's just like that moment is just so many good moments in this movie.
You might
Great
as well be
movie.
talking to a shower curtain, dude. You're not getting anything out of me. It's okay. Well, let's
It's
just
the best.
let's just say we got these two together, part 1, part 2.
Mhm.
Can we first of all, can we agree that Endgame is S tier? Because I can agree with that.
Endgame is S tier.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
I think both these movies are S tiers.
I'm happy putting that as S tier. I'd be willing to put it as this one as A, but I would personally say even for me, like if this were my list, even B would be very high. I give this a 2.5 when it came out.
Which is kind of funny because most people say that Infinity War is the better one and Endgame is the weaker one. I've heard a lot of people say.
Who the hell are you? I haven't heard that. I don't think I've ever heard that.
I've heard a lot of people say that they think Infinity War as a movie is better than Endgame.
We're in the wrong circles, dude. I don't know. We're in
people I've talked
circles.
to. I think they're both high tier movies.
I don't know. If you guys think A, we can go A.
I say higher, but I guess I'm not gonna get that needle to move up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think A is a good middle ground between the opinions.
I'm using my overrule on this one, Santino. It's not going any higher than an A.
Going to see what?
He's removing it from the list.
Delete.
All right. Spider-Man: Far From Home. Who are we at? I don't even remember.
I think that'd be Charlie because technically we did two just now.
We kind of skipped over Endgame, which is fine.
Yeah.
We kind of said 2 for anyway.
Yeah.
So if it's me, this is again one I liked. I feel like there was definitely like certain weak points to it. But I was kind of thinking maybe B.
I think it's a step down from the Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
I want S for everything. This
no,
would be literally just
S for Spider-Man.
S.
Yeah, S for Spider-Man. Duh. No, I guess. I think it is a little bit of a downgrade from the first one, but I do like Mysterion though. I think the way they portrayed him and like, how they, for what he is in the comic and for how they portray that in screen, like I think it works perfectly for like current times and everything. So, and I really like that how they played it off with it, and
that was a villain I was happy to see because I remember always liking him in like the cartoons and everything as a kid.
And I think the way they portrayed him was like just perfect for how it should, and especially with how it ended too. I remember like walking out thinking like, well, what the fuck they're gonna do for the next one? Like how's the next one gonna be like? But I could say this could be an A, but I know who I'm talking to, so I know I probably won't get that.
I mean, if we're ranking the Spider-Man films too, I think this is the weakest one. So I think I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to overrule me, that's fine. But I'm just looking at the A tier movies, and I would say, although I don't like Infinity War, actually I don't like most of these A tier movies, but I would say it feels like this one is a step down from those. I think. Like Santino, I'm elevating those other movies by bringing this one down. Don't you see what I'm doing here?
No, you just want to lower everything down to your standard.
I mean, if it was my standard, we'd have several things in the E's and F's by now. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
All right, let's go. Let's say B. Well, we can maybe move it up, but
okay.
Whoops.
Oh, you almost see even unconsciously you want to go A.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Is it me?
I think it's you. I think it's you. Yeah.
I feel like I like this one almost as much as the first Ant-Man. I would maybe say B, but I could also maybe go C. I think it's another like good but not great. I'd go B or C.
I remember not being crazy about it. I think it was just maybe just because I feel like it got a little convoluted towards the end. It just seemed like they had a lot
I'm
going
perfectly
on.
happy putting it in C.
But
I think it could potentially be a B though. I think because I think the boss is cool. I think how
Yeah.
you see fighting is cool. I like some of the gadgets they got, like those little discs that like how they're doing more with the disc, like they shrink and increase size of
Mhm.
everything. So I could see a low B, high C.
So what are we feeling? B or C? Let's
I mean,
let's vote. Let's vote. Let's all say at the same time. Ready? We'll count down.
all right.
All right. Ready. 3, 2, 1. B.
C.
C.
Okay. We're good
Two
with B
B's and a
then.
C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a C is good. Like, cause I'm thinking back on them.
I mean, yeah, just
Something
there,
kind of
there was
weird.
there was two B's, put it in B.
Santino, you said B, right?
Yeah.
I said C.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you
did?
said
Oh.
C?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I
thought there
I
was.
guess I love this movie. I love this movie. I guess.
It's one of your
Wow.
it's one of your favorites
I
now.
guess so.
Get this a 4 now.
Wow. Okay, it's in C then. Captain Marvel. All right, this is where it's gonna, because I don't like this movie. I think it's the most generic sort of Marvel. I think the villain sucks. Ben Mendelsohn is some space alien who gives a shit. I don't know. I think this is maximum D for me.
So do you want to hear my hot take?
Yeah.
Oh.
I kind of agree with you.
Yes.
Okay.
It's really rough. Look, the funny thing, the only reason because this movie broke $1 billion, I think.
Yeah, I think it was $1 billion.
But the only reason it did that is because of Infinity War, because the Infinity War
Yeah.
ends with the stinger with her logo. So
Mhm.
people were seeing this because they're like, oh, Miss Captain Marvel is gonna be like a big deal in Endgame, and she only shows up in like what 2 scenes? No, like or like in the beginning and then at the end she shows up.
Yeah, wait. So I'm trying to think timeline wise. Wouldn't
I think
Ant-Man
this came out in between, didn't it?
Yeah,
but wouldn't Ant-Man and the Wasp be before Infinity
I think
War?
this
Then
is a little out of order.
I think
Yeah, 'cause I
Ant-Man
was
and the
gonna say,
Wasp
because
came out
the-
after Infinity War. This
because I
came out
remember-
also.
because I remember the after credit scene. Didn't he? Isn't that when Ant-Man got into the quantum realm? Then that's how, and he was like gone, and then that's how he kind of
That's
saved
right.
the day. And
Yeah,
Endgame.
I know that kind of a little bit while ago that some of the
Mhm.
movies, because this one should have came out I think right
yeah.
after Infinity War.
Yeah, it was in between. But yeah, I honestly don't remember too much. I do remember it being kind of like you guys were saying, pretty generic overall. So yeah, I think let's start getting the filling the the lower end, and I'm
Are
fine
we?
with D
I
if you guys
mean,
are.
should we go E? Like,
I don't think it's that. I think D is because we got to see Phil Coulson again for a little bit, so he's always the delight to see on screen. But
yeah, it was definitely worth bumping it up a whole letter grade for sure.
hey, I don't think it's an E. I think D is okay with. And what actually,
Alright.
I might be able to go E if you guys want to.
I mean,
I don't know why I'm defending this movie.
let's just say D, because if we have the thing we have in the E is the only female-led movie so far. Let's just put it in D and cover our asses. All right.
They're all great except Black Widow and Captain Marvel are not. That'll look great.
No, I mean, listen. Hey,
I'm not a
peace and love to
racist
Brie
man
Larson.
or sexist
Peace and
man.
love to Brie Larson, but this movie just is.
She
kind
is
of a
great in
turkey.
Scott Pilgrim.
I mean, she's
Yeah,
great,
that's true.
I think.
Gets
But
the Scott Pilgrim bump.
Yeah.
all right, we're getting into the TV shows here. We got WandaVision.
Okay.
Who's this one, May
Uh,
or no?
was it?
Santino, take it away. Who cares?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I love WandaVision. I remember coming home every day from work on Fridays and loading up Disney Plus and watching it. First thing I do, and I loved it. I loved it until the end. But
Yeah,
until
I
the
can agree
end,
with that.
but I think the whole bit of like every episode being a different like sitcom era show. Like you got I Love Lucy, you got like a Brady Bunch, you got like Malcolm in the Middle and stuff like that. Like I thought it was great. Like the last episode is definitely like the worst one, and like it just felt like they didn't know how to end it. but everything else, like the build up to it, was great.
Yeah, I had fun with the concept for sure, but it definitely, I agree, it tapered off, especially at the end and kind of when the plot sort of was sinking back in. But yeah, I think overall, especially being for like the first show, I think they, for the most part, did a good job kind of making it its own thing.
Yeah.
And this was also the first Marvel stuff in over a year, because this is right when
That's
COVID
true, yeah.
so like, because Endgame happened, and then we had Spider-Man, and then this was like a year or so afterwards.
So you were just starved for content. You would have eaten up any slop they gave you.
Basically, they could have released Secret Invasion. I would have loved that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it a lot too. Mostly for the the gimmick and the concept of each episode being a different era of sitcom. But I do agree, like once it became a Marvel, show is when it really kind of nosedived. But I mean, I don't think it's S tier, but I'm comfortable putting it as an A.
Yeah, I could say I
I'll
think
go with that.
if the last episode landed well, it could have been S tier. But I think that last episode they kind of fumbled it a little bit. And plus, also this being the first show, not really knowing what their shows were going to be, I think everyone was kind of like unsure of like what to expect, and I think it blew away most people's expectations.
Yeah, I think they could have easily kind of taken the easy way out, but they definitely kind of made it its own thing. So I'm happy with an A.
Speaking of shows, well, Charlie, you're up next. Did you watch?
I did.
Okay.
I only remember like okay, I guess I do remember some. I think it's just really forgettable. Is the only thing.
I think, in my opinion, I think this is our first E.
I don't think it's that bad for an E.
Oh, I think it's bad. I think it's bad.
I know some E's in my list, but I don't think this. I was gonna say this could be a C at.
We're running out of things here, bud. We're running out.
Oh, believe me, there's one thing I'm looking at hard, and I'm like, you're an E, motherfucker. You're an F, motherfucker. You're gonna enjoy that F slot.
Oh God. I don't know. I'm saying E. What, we can average this out, but
if you guys want to average it out, I'd be comfortable with a D.
I could go with a D.
But let's ask ourselves this here, and Santino, you're the Marvel guy. Do you honestly do you think this is worse than the 3 we have in D right now? Because I honestly do.
Worse than that?
Yeah. Do you think it's worse than those 3 movies?
I did have some fun with some of this. I like U.S. Agent. I thought that theme with him was cool.
I honestly forgot about him. Yeah,
I like the idea. Like, I think there was another one of those things where like the villains were it's a very interesting idea that these are people who lost everything during the blimp, and they're come back with nothing, and they're kind of pissed off because they lost everything, and they're kind of told like, oh, go to these like refuge places where they don't have food and stuff. I thought, well, they were good villains until they made them not good. Like they were very sympathetic. And then they had to go do that. Oh, we're evil now. We're gonna do something evil because we can't have like people root for us. And I think,
oh my God,
Falcon. And I think Falcon transition from Falcon to Captain America was cool. Like, I think overall, like I said, it wasn't great because I heard there was a lot of rewrites because of COVID. Because there was apparently supposed to be like a mysterious virus that was going around. And they couldn't they had to rewrite and reshoot a lot. Like there's a whole scene scene where they're attacking buses full of a medicine, but they never explained what the medicine for, and the medicine was supposed to be for that virus or vaccines for that virus. So I think that solidly this could be a C.
I do.
Brad just like zoned out that whole time.
I did forget Wyatt Russell cutting a guy's head off with the shield.
That was cool though, wasn't it?
That was pretty cool.
See the blood on the shield, and it just ends the episode.
Really cool 20 seconds out of a 6-hour miniseries. I watched
US Agent though is a great character though, and like the way they portrayed him, and like
He might be a great character in the comics. He wasn't great in this show. I can tell you that much.
He's okay in the comic, but I think in the show, the way they portrayed it was great.
And then when Elaine shows up, I'm supposed to give a shit about Elaine?
Yeah, because that's what starts setting up the Thunderbolts. See, it's all coming together now.
It's cool because it's setting up another fucking 2 hours of my life I'll never get back.
It's 2 hours of the best life you have.
D, we'll go D. Generous D. Holy shit. Black Widow. Who's up? Who's up?
Is it me?
Go, yeah, go.
Yeah, sure, why not? He's getting hype. We're hitting that hour mark. He's starting
In
to
fact,
lose.
we'd have no E's and F's yet. Then there's so much trash on this board right now.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
Yeah, we could stick this one somewhere kind of low. It's, I don't know, D.
I would actually say C, probably.
Really?
You
My
guys
first
say
episode.
D? I mean, it's
Wow.
not good, but I think it's completely. I would say this is like average, like completely middle of the road.
I'm
for
really
Marvel.
shocked that you say C. I thought you for sure you would get lowered.
Well, I don't know. I like Florence Pugh in it.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot, but I don't. You were just telling us we need to put this up lower.
And now we have something. You're like,
You need
no.
to put the stuff lower that's actually lower. Not the stuff. I mean, you want to go D? You want to dance? You guys want to dance? Let's do it. D. I don't give a shit.
Well, we didn't hear what Santino thing.
Well, it did give us our new verb, Taskmaster. It.
Oh yeah, that whole. All right, you're right. It is a D. I forgot all about that. All right.
I was really disappointed with Taskmaster in this one.
So it's
What did I
yeah.
give this movie? All right, we'll go D for now. If it's a D, and when we move him around, it's a high D. I think.
Okay.
Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Seven Rings. This was okay.
I really like this one too.
I had fun with this one.
The beginning is really strong. Like the bus fight scene is great.
Bus scene is great.
The villain is fantastic.
Charlie, you gave Black Widow a 3.5. Come on, bud.
It was the Florence Pugh bump. Let's be honest.
I'm trying to fight to get this thing up. This is the guy that loved it. Shang-Chi, B? We're going B?
I could do a solid B.
Yeah.
All right.
Great villain, great action. A villain that actually you don't really hate at the end, but you feel sympathy for him throughout the whole movie.
All right. Next up, Eternals. I mean, it's obvious. It's Eternals. It's an E. Let's keep it moving. Let's go.
Ellie, I can't really fight you on that one. There were some cool things about it, but this one was like, this was like what 3.5 hours long or something.
Yeah, I feel bad because like I actually don't think it's worse than the D's, but
it would have been better as a show.
It's kind of just like a drag to get through.
Yeah.
Like the final fight with their Superman version guy was cool. When they're on the beach and like they're fighting him, like that was pretty cool. And like
was not for me.
All right, we're going E.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm actually.
I could say
wow.
D. I could feel D, but I don't know. I feel like there's really there's not much pushback for me from this one.
Yeah.
All right.
I really thought you were gonna put it in F.
No, I didn't hate it that much. I'd rewatch this over Winter Soldier. I have to tell you that much.
Oh, 3 hours of your life gone.
I mean, this one at least you can take a nap during it.
You did.
Next up, we have Hawkeye.
Hey guys, it's Jeremy Renner.
I have not seen this. I have not seen Hawkeye.
It was a fun one, and it introduced me to my new favorite Christmas song. It was during the credits of one episode. Some like Sammy Davis Jr. like Gingerbread Man song.
No,
it was fun. It was like it was definitely not like WandaVision strong, but it was like. What do you think, Santino? Like
I could say this could be up to A or B.
Okay, I mean, I was kind of.
I think Kate Bishop is really likable, and like with the whole thing with some of the characters that show up later on at the end, like I think that's cool to see them back.
I was kind of thinking C, so we could stick in the middle and go B.
I'm
fine
good with that.
Okay.
I need to watch these trash shows so I can actually have an opinion on them. Spider-Man. No Way Home. Is that this one?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, No Way Home.
No Way Home.
I mean, I feel like this one is like the main reason to like it is just because you really got to like want the fan service, I guess. So it's like it could either be gross or you could love it type thing. Personally, I think it was 2021 or whenever we needed something. I really enjoyed it because of the fan service stuff, but I could see why people would think it's gross.
I personally would say I like it a fair bit. I thought it was good. I already know where Santino's gonna want this.
What do you
I
think
would
I'm gonna
say
say?
it's not S tier for me. I'm happy. I'm perfectly happy putting it at A. I think it is good, and in terms of like the multiverse stuff, I think it is probably the one that did it the best.
Yeah.
Maybe just because it was early on, but I would say no S. I would say I'm good with A.
Okay, I know I'm not gonna win. I would say S, but I'll be okay with A. I'll be okay with a high A, very high.
It might be a low A, but we'll just throw it in A for now.
Yeah, I would say it's quality wise pretty much. I had probably a similar amount of enjoyment as the first one, so I'm fine with A.
I can't believe we have that first one in here. Oh my god, I can't believe that's an A. Next up, Moon Knight. I watched 5 out of the 6 episodes of this.
Okay, I mean,
So
good
I
place to
actually
start, I'd say.
I liked it, but I never finished it, so I must not like it that much.
I think I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do remember it having a similar issue like that WandaVision did, where it's like towards the end it just kind of became another like superhero show.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
A lot of
definitely
their
a strong
shows.
beginning.
A lot of shows did that, where it's like good concept, good, and then the ending's kind of like, but as a character, I like it how they did it. I think Oscar Isaac as like him portraying like multiple personalities and how they like you could, like just by seeing where they're in the desert, and you could tell like what personality is like taking over just by how like he's like adjusting his body. I thought that was great how they do that, especially in the beginning when he was like blacking out, and you'll see like the remnants of like an action scene, and like it's kind of like the guy has no idea what's going on. I think this could be a solid B.
I would say
I could
definitely
argue higher, but I think a B would be good.
I would say overall I enjoyed it more than Hawkeye, but yeah, I'm fine with putting him the same level.
I think B is fair. Yeah, I wouldn't go A. I think B.
I could agree with that, and I love Moon Knight too, so I could give him that. That's for
Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. This is a weird one. I feel like there were things I really liked about it, but overall I wasn't that crazy about it.
I feel like the advertisement was a little misleading.
Oh, just because you thought it would be all kinds of different multiverses and kind of thing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like I thought it was gonna be like, because it was only like technically one place they're in the whole time. I think maybe, one or two, but like, it was cool though to see like Scarlet Witch like as a villain, and I think you could definitely see the what's his name's influence. Sam Raimi's influence. A lot of like, oh, that's the Evil Dead. Like that's a very Evil Dead theme.
I would say high C or low B for me.
I could go with a high C.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because I do remember it being a little messy. But you got the pizza balls in or whatever they were.
That's true. And they did mention the incursions also, so that was very big. That's very exciting to hear.
Santino
don't worry,
said
don't worry, you'll learn more about that stuff in like the next couple movies.
Pizza Papa always gets paid.
Santino is thirsty. He said high C, so we'll quench his thirst and put it in C. Miss Marvel, I actually did watch this one before the Marvels came out. It was okay. It was not bad. Uh,
I
maybe
had
a
a lot of
little
fun with
middle of the
this.
road.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was just I think they relied a lot on effects, and a lot of times the effects didn't look great. But But yeah, like the what Kamala, she was fun. You know, it was kind of fun seeing like more of like a kid angle. But yeah, I would
Mhm.
say kind of middle of the road in the end.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. They did change her powers though, which was kind of weird, but and there was a big little reveal at the end which got me very excited for. But yeah, I like that character a lot in the comics, and I think they nailed her for how she is in the comics, and I think they did a great job with her.
So what are you saying, Santino?
I could say a B. I think they could be a solid B.
I don't know. Are we saying B, Charlie, or
I would say it was probably I liked it less than Moon Knight and Hawkeye. So I would
yeah?
say C, but
It wasn't bad, but I think I'm gonna say C. We're gonna lock in at a C.
I'm okay with that. I can understand it because I can understand that character might not be for everyone.
All right, we're down to our final row. Here we go. Thor: Love and Thunder. Everybody hated this one. Did we though? That's the question. This is not what everyone else thinks. I don't know.
Who's it?
I did feel let down by it. I guess I'll say that. But
Yeah, I like the female Thor arc in the comics a lot, and they kind of didn't really do it. Like they did it somewhat justice, but it wasn't like what I wanted for that character.
I did like Christian Bale though.
yeah,
Chris Bale was cool.
yeah, I do feel like it's like it was sort of like they didn't. I feel like they had a few too many storylines maybe going, and they didn't really give him enough. I would say.
Mm-hmm. What do we think? Like, are we C or D or?
I could go C.
I mean, I could go
Yeah,
D too. I don't care.
yeah. I'm kind of torn between C and D.
Let's just go D. Let's bring this Taika Waititi guy down a peg.
Just on principle, you just want to take him down.
Yeah, let's take him down a peg. Although I am looking at the C's, and to be honest, I feel like I like this more than most of those C's. But let's just leave it there. Who cares? All right, She-Hulk. I have not seen it. Charlie, have you seen this?
I have.
Okay, all right. Well then,
All right,
you
cool.
guys
Then
can
we could talk about it.
take it away.
Well, I guess what do you think?
I liked it. I probably liked it more than most people did. I was okay with it. I like the way that she's breaking the fourth wall, which is funny because she was one of the first ones to do it in the comics.
Mhm.
So I thought it was funny that she would be the first one in the MCU to do it. I thought the last episode was actually probably one of the better of the finales
Okay.
because it was making fun of the tropes. Like they kind of knew what was made fun of, and like the little Easter eggs they did with it, I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I think just the ending wasn't really for me because it just seemed like it was almost like a cop out. Like I get the joke about like like being fourth wall and like I know in the comics she kind of goes out of the comic book every once in a while, which I get how they work that in, but they did kind of like all these storylines that they were like building up to. She just kind of like went out of the frame and just kind of like resolved it and then didn't show us anything.
Yeah, I feel like, and like the ending did reveal something where I'm like, which I don't know if they're gonna do anything with that now, but it's like, oh, like I'm like, comic book wise, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting character to bring up now out of nowhere, but
Yeah, it was kind of it was out of
but,
left field, and then like
but it was cool to see Matt Murdock again though.
mhm.
So to see Daredevil, like I think that was cool, and I I really like. I said I like this more than most people did. So I know I might be in the minority here. Like, and I know
Yeah, I
people
mean,
hate the Nicki Minaj episode.
yeah, the twerk. What was it? Or Megan the Stallion or whatever. Her name.
One
but
of
yeah,
those
yeah.
girls, booty shaking girls.
Yeah, I think the main thing is it's definitely not like the whole like how big of a backlash this got on the internet. Definitely wasn't deserving of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at times too it was trying to kind of poke buttons just to mess with people like that. But yeah, it wasn't really for me. I would say it's definitely probably with the least favorite of the shows that I watched.
Oh no, there's a way worse one than this.
At least that I watched.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's at least 2 that I haven't seen. So
So what do you think? C, D, or how do you feel?
I mean, I would probably put it in D since with what we have for C, but I'm fine with C too.
I think it's a very solid show. I think a solid C, like maybe
Okay.
a low C would be good. Like, and again, I could be argued down to a D if we really wanted to.
No,
but
I don't feel that.
oh, AS
strongly.
tier. Here we go. Brad show of the year right here.
He binge watched it while we were talking.
Yeah, just fast forwarded.
Let's put it in C to redeem ourselves from having Captain Marvel and Black Widow in the D tier.
I'm fine. Like I said, it's the main thing was like I liked Moon Knight and Hawkeye better. So
Yeah, I can see that. Hawkeye was definitely very fun.
Yes, very fun.
Gotta catch up, Brad.
Werewolf at night. Yes, by night. Werewolf.
Yes.
I didn't see this.
I saw this. I loved it.
I liked it too. I feel like it's different. It's kind of hard to because it's just very like short and just kind of a one.
It's like
It's almost like an
minutes,
episode
I
of
think.
like it's almost like an episode of like a Twilight Zone episode or Tales from the Crypt type thing. But
it's
yeah,
all black and because it was all black and white also, right?
right.
Until like the very end. But yeah, it's like it's very like it felt very much like a Universal monster type movie,
Mhm.
like, and the way they played with that. So I think this is very high up. I think this might be one of the up there with their better shows because I don't even know, it was kind of like a movie or
Yeah,
they
it's
call it
kind
like a special event.
Yeah, it was just kind of like a Halloween special.
But they did it was cool because they introduced Man Thing, so and
Mhm.
I thought that was pretty cool to see.
I haven't seen this, but I can say something negative about it in that I refuse to watch it because I don't know if it's loggable on Letterboxd.
Okay.
Is it a movie? Is it a special? Like,
I
can
think
we
it's
log
like
this?
I think
I
it's
would
like a
say it's a
special
special,
event.
yeah.
I think that's even how they advertise it as. It was like a like a Halloween special event or something. But it is canon though. And I'm calling it. We might see those characters back in from whenever we get Midnight Suns.
Who cares?
Sometimes if you don't know if you can log something, you just don't watch it. What are you guys saying? Santino's loving this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Charlie's
I had
liking
fun
it.
with it.
I could say it could be a high B, low A.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah, just stick it in an A. It's fine. It's kind of, I feel like it's unique enough.
Yeah, because it's different and like it was like kind of like it's a weird like experiment. Like, hey, let's just do
Mhm.
kind of like a horror thing, and like it doesn't take too. Like I said, it's not even an hour long, so like it's not a huge investment. It's kind of a short little, contained little thing that's kind of doing something different. Like there's really nothing involved around it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of removed from it, but I mean, unless if you don't know who Man Thing is, I feel like if I remember right, if you didn't know, you wouldn't really know this is like a Marvel thing. Like, it's not from what I remember.
Yeah, like there's a lot of like names and references, but if you don't know those
not
characters,
aware of that.
like
Right.
if because like they're not very talked about in like any other MCU stuff. So it's like if you didn't know, you didn't know. But like
Mhm.
it's actually there's a lot of like references and stuff like right away. But it's a very good one. I should probably watch it again sometime, maybe for
Yeah,
Halloween.
Halloween's coming up.
Yeah, spooky. Ooh.
All right. It's an A. I thought Santino was gonna say S, but A.
No, I think it could be potential. Maybe if I rewatch it again and be like, ooh.
All right. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I thought this was pretty middle of the road.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't say quite like Eternals, but I do feel like it was definitely like a more of a quieter. Like I think it was one of those ones that a lot of people said they fell asleep during.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it was definitely like they were scrambling. They didn't know what direction to take it in. I think they took too many directions with it. So I would say like middle of the road, maybe even slightly below.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. I
Talk
would
about
say
kicking someone while they're down.
I would say I would probably say C for me. I don't know.
I mean, that's
I
fine.
I can see. I like Namor. I think Namor is a cool, and I
Namor was
think the way
pretty good.
the way they portrayed him was pretty cool. It sucks that we couldn't see him interact with T'Challa, but
Yeah.
I hopefully once they do Secret Wars and reset everything, we could see some more T'Challa and him stuff. But they were dealt a bad hand, and they
Yeah.
kind of did what they could.
Yeah, I think that a lot of times with the issues I have is just like it seems like they try to introduce a little too much. So then, like, if they do kind of have weight to something, it's like, they try, but they also have 5 other plots they're trying to squeeze into, so it kind of takes away from it a little bit.
All right. Next up, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. No, I'm
Oh.
joking.
Ouch.
But I'm gonna say I think this is an F. Quantumania, I think it's the worst movie. I think it's an F. If something, I know Santino's gonna say Secret Wars, and Ollie will be happy to put that in F as well. But I think in terms of
Secret
movies,
Wars. You mean Secret
Secret-
Invasion?
Yeah,
whatever
come
the
on, get it
hell.
right.
Who
Come on,
gives a
man.
shit?
If you're gonna name it wrong, name it right.
All right. Well,
I don't know if it's the worst. Like,
well, tell me what's worse, and we'll put that in F too.
Secret Invasion.
No, for
Yeah, just-
movies.
just-
For movies.
I was saying, you
Movies?
just jump ahead and would save us some time and put that in that if you
All right.
want.
I'll say throw this in F.
Well, I want us to talk that movie a little bit
We'll
too.
still talk
but-
about it, but yeah.
Okay, I'll shit talk it a little bit, but I don't like. I don't know. Well, I guess now after everything that's gone on with the Kane, it's kind of like a pointless movie now.
Yeah, it's pointless. It looks like vomit.
Bill Murray's in it at
bad.
least.
Oh, he's wasted in it. He does
I was
nothing.
gonna say he might not know he's in it.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He thought he was doing Ghostbusters 5.
It is bad. I mean,
Yeah,
Charlie, back me up here. Let's go. Let's get this is an F. Come on.
The only thing I really remember liking was the guy with like the cylinder head. And I think he died pretty quick.
what guy with this? Oh wait.
He was just a background character guy.
I thought you were talking about MODOK.
Oh no.
Oh God, yeah. F. Yep. Now move along.
Okay.
Guardians Volume 3.
I really liked it. I think it's not the best of the Guardians, but it's still a lot of fun. What also, this is James Gunn coming back like what 2-3 years after it was supposed to be made.
Right, I think.
So I enjoyed it. I think
Mhm.
this being a Rocket story was really good. I think Rocket was a character, especially if you watch the first two. Like there's like hints about Rocket's past that like they kind of like hint at, and I think just see it.
Yeah, but the needle drops in this are just so bad, dude. Oh my gosh. No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Blech.
That was a good fight scene though.
I like the song, but man, it just when they needle dropped that, I about left the theater.
Now, would you have liked it better if it wasn't just in Mario?
Yes, I would have. Mario beat him to the punch. Oh, sorry, James.
Yeah, I mean, I still liked it a lot. I did kind of like, I don't know, maybe just me being morbid. I did like how dark it, they kind of went with it because they didn't. It did seem like they didn't really hold punches back in some cases, but yeah, I would definitely say it's probably the weakest of the 3.
Are you guys
Yeah.
saying A? I feel like I'm getting A vibes from you guys.
I'm good. I'm happy with that.
I could do A. It's still a very solid movie. Like I really liked it. Especially I liked what's his name? The main villain. He was really cool.
Oh yeah. High
evolutionary. Yeah. And I
He
think
was
this
good,
was like
yeah.
probably the only Marvel movie where everyone in the theater went ew at the same time,
his
and
face,
we all
yeah.
and a scene. But that was cool though. That was a very cool
like that a
little.
lot with the-
That's a very cool little scene. But like, yeah, I think High Evolutionary, he has like I think the best line is when towards the end when someone's like, "Oh God," and he just snaps and says, "There is no God. That's why I stepped in," or something like that.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah.
the villain was really good. Like, he was just pure evil.
Yeah.
I would say it's better than the B's. So yeah, I'd say go A. That's good. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
I really like this one.
God. Charlie, have you seen this?
I have. I mostly just remember Kevin Bacon from it, and the kind of like a reveal they did in it. But
It has a really good Christmas song that's now a classic in my house.
which one was it?
It's the one they're singing where they're like, oh yeah, we just learned about what Christmas is, and he's talking about how like Santa Claus is like breaking into your house and like stealing or like he's like watching you while like you do. I forgot what, but like it just makes the holiday sound very like horrible. So I can say this could be a good B.
Yeah, I feel like B is a good safe spot for a lot of the shows.
And I think this one was only like an hour long or so. Like it wasn't that
it was
long.
short too. Yeah.
Loki.
Oh,
I still need to see the second season. I've only seen the first one.
I could say this could be A tier. I think it's
no.
potential. Well, okay, A tier, or if we're counting them together, A tier. If we're breaking it by seasons, well, the last episode of the first season of Loki is really good.
Mhm.
It's and it gets you kind of like excited for stuff that sadly doesn't happen now. but it was like at the time, this was like a really cool like introduction to Kane and like kind of like the threat they are, and even the way season 2 ended. Like honestly, if we don't see Loki again, I would be okay with that ending. I would hope we get to see him more, but I am definitely like, I was very happy that they could say goodbye to that character now, and I think everyone will be okay with it.
We good with A? A?
I'm good
That's
with
fine.
A.
Yeah, I've heard good stuff about the second season. I just haven't gotten around to it.
All right, Santino, your 30 seconds soapbox starts now.
Fuck this show. This show was horrible. Like the CGI was bad. The bad guys were dumb. Like the plot, the bad guys villains was awful. It doesn't make sense. Even like they're supposed to be on this like radioactive area, and then like the normal people are like, oh yeah, we're fine. No, explain that you're in the most radioactive place on the planet right now, and like you're like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's terrible. I was so disappointed in this fucking show.
I do still keep getting pictures of like the screenshot of like Amelia Clark with like the Drax arm or whatever it is. Like,
oh my god, that fight is so bad. It's like it's really like how did they miss up? Like the only interesting thing was the ending, which I was like, oh, that's actually a pretty interesting thing that they could probably build on for something else. But like other than that, it was kind of like I was really excited for the show, and I'd never been more let down in my life.
Wow. You must have a pretty good life then.
Yeah. Well, you see my tier list.
The Marvels.
Keep the bar low.
This is
Charlie,
the only
you
movie
didn't see this one, did you?
No, this is the only movie I haven't seen, so it's up to you guys.
I feel like I actually kind of liked it a little more than Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't think I would say E.
Kamala Khan definitely like boosted up a little bit.
Quite a bit. I mean, I would probably say I could go C or D. I don't know.
I could see a very low C. I really like Kamala Khan. I think she's very funny. She's just so likable that like anything in just gets like a boost.
I don't like how we now have another.
Okay, so we need to take something out of C then.
Yeah, I'll leave it there. At the end, we got to make this look photogenic, so we might have to. We'll leave it there.
People OCD are flipping out right now.
Echo.
This is the other show I haven't seen.
I could go D.
E for Echo.
Okay.
What
no, but you know what though? But we did get the what's his name? The guy that plays Fist back, and he's fantastic. Like he's just really good. So I think his interaction was always great. I think the fact that they actually wanted to do it a hard R show, which I'm like, this was their first attempt at that. So no, actually no, because I think the hey, what if is amazing.
they're stuck there now. Sorry.
We know what the last two are, so we'll just rearrange them.
What if they can't go back down? What if we're putting the what if hat?
What if goes up? Have you guys seen What If?
I see the first season. Personally, maybe just because I'm an animation head, but I thought it was extremely ugly. And there's a couple episodes I had issues with. But
yeah, bring this thing down, dude.
Like I said, that's just me. Like there was just a couple big issues I had with it, but I think overall a lot of I can look past those if we need to.
I think it's very solid. I think it could be a B. What did you
No
do?
Chick-fil-A sauce?
Did you just do the Chick-fil-A sauce? What? A B?
All right, you say B, Charlie. What do you say? You said this thing's ugly.
Yeah, I'd be okay with C.
Oh God, now we gotta get 2 things out of C. All right, and Deadpool, Santino. I know it's not an S. First, don't get your dreams out of the sky. It's not an S.
I'll do A at best.
I'd
At
say
least.
C.
Charlie,
So
it's
let's
up to
have
you.
Charlie. What are we averaging this out at?
I'll be the mediator and say B then.
All right.
Which I'm surprised that
Oh, we're gonna have to get
Deadpool
some out of there
1.
too now.
I'm surprised Deadpool 1 and 2 weren't in that list.
Yeah, I guess it
Since
must have just been like
technically those are, I guess,
retroactively.
Yeah.
This is pure MCU. This is pure, the pure unadulterated
But
shit.
what about Agents of Shield? Agents of Shield wasn't on this list.
Nobody gives a shit about that.
I like Agents of
Carter or
Shield.
whatever?
Oh, Agent Carter was good.
This is the best one. I didn't make this.
Agent Carter was underrated.
I didn't end up watching. I just remember it being advertised.
There were some of these that had like little like bonus features on Blu-rays as part of like them. Like there were things I didn't even know about.
Was it the one with the Mandarin, the Hail to the Chief or something like that?
Yeah, like that, or like anyway. Okay, we got to clean this up a little bit. We need to get C. We need to bring something from. Okay, first of all, the fact that we only have one thing in E, we got to bring something from D into E. I don't like how we have 1 in E and 2. We have at least 2 in E. Okay, all right. What's the worst thing in D?
Do you want to do what Captain?
I guess see Captain Marvel.
Captain.
Oh,
I was thinking Captain Falcon or whatever.
We do not associate with the geeks and gamers crowd. All right.
No, because
I was
hey,
show.
I'm the one that's been hyping up Kamala Khan this whole time.
So you want to bring Captain Marvel into E?
Well, I was saying Captain Falcon or whatever.
Oh, that I can bring down.
Yeah, I guess.
I figured out of that group, that's probably the one that I like.
I don't know, even Captain Marvel, I guess they could go down.
Okay. I'm breaking the tie, Falcon. You're done. You're done, Falcon. All right, now we gotta bring something from C into D. What's the worst thing in C? Thor: The Dark World.
Your favorite movie of the MCU?
I mean, I would say my vote would be to. My vote would be to bring down Winter Soldier, but I know we won't do that. I would say
I could argue with the Hulk, maybe She-Hulk. I know a lot of people did not like it.
no. We need to make a stand. We need to make a stand there. I would say one of these 3: Thor, Iron Man 3, or Thor: The Dark World. I think those are the worst.
I
could
could
be 2 of
possibly
3. We might have to move 2 of the 3.
I could move 2 of them.
I could see Iron Man 3 possibly going down,
Yeah.
maybe. A lot of people were pissed off about that twist.
You're done. You're done, bud. Okay. Oh shit, we got to bring 2 down.
That's what I mean. Like we got to bring the other one.
Oh shit.
Just to spite Brad, let's bring out the Dark World.
Fuck it. I don't care. Yes. All right. B. We got to bring B. Oh fuck. We're gonna have to bring something else down too. Ah.
Or what if we bring something up?
Well, because then A is gonna be fucked up.
No, but we could bring one up to S.
All
right, bring one up to S. What are we bringing up to S?
We could just do Iron Man just since it's
Infinity
first.
War.
Oh wait. Oh well.
For this, none of this is S. We got to be true.
I still say we could do the first Avengers for what they did at the time.
You know what? Yeah, I can maybe
get
behind that
because of what it was basically the big one. So now we got to move something to B.
Bring something to B. You know what? I would honestly, even though I wasn't crazy about it, I could bring Deadpool up.
Okay, let's do it.
We got to do it for Hugh Jackman.
I would say either that, Captain America, or Black Panther.
I don't think Black Panther's A.
Captain America?
I did really like Captain America, but
Cap,
Deadpool though.
Cap or Deadpool? What are we, Charlie? What are we saying? Cap or Deadpool?
Let's do it for Hugh Jackman.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Now we have it at least looking nice. We now okay, are we gonna like speed round? Are we gonna rank these within the tier like speed?
Well, we said we're going for 3 hours, so I have
We're
time.
not going for 3 hours. We're already longer than I wanted. Speed.
You said an hour. I said bullshit.
All right. I would say. You know, you know what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna rank these, and if we have any objections, all right, that's how they're ranked. Any objections?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't hate it.
For those listening, Guardians, Endgame, Guardians 2, Avengers.
And that's S. Yeah, so I guess that's true. We never really we were saying like let's just do that. Like
yeah, there's a lot of visual on
Head
this.
to youtube.com/cinemaspeak.
And while you're there, check out an unboxing video too.
Yes. For A tier, I would say Iron Man #1. Then what? Maybe WandaVision.
WandaVision was really good.
I would say put this Spider-Man more over the other.
Which one is that? Is that
that's the third one? Yeah,
third one over the first one. Fuck it, let's do that in there. Werewolf by Night next.
People that are listening to this podcast are having no idea what the hell's going on.
All right, let's just for A tier we have Iron Man, WandaVision, Spider-Man No Way Home, Werewolf by Night, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War, Guardians 3, Loki, Deadpool, and Wolverine.
I feel like if Infinity War should be higher.
Yeah, I can maybe bump it up over Thor and Spider-Man maybe. And Werewolf, I haven't even seen this, so yeah.
I think you would really like Werewolf by Night. I think you would really like it.
I'd put Guardians over Thor too. Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We happy with that? We happy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Vincent, we happy?
So yeah, should we so list off these that are locked in for the listener?
Yeah, for people who are listening to a podcast and not watching the video.
A is Iron Man, WandaVision, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Avengers Infinity War, Werewolf by Night, Spider-Man Homecoming, Guardians 3, Thor Ragnarok, Loki, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Lock it in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like I had a couple ideas, but nah, I think it'd be fine. It's not worth it. You want to be in bed tonight early, I know.
I just don't want it to take 4 weeks to upload this shit. So B tier. I mean,
do you want to say what's in that list right now?
Well, let's just kind of start spitballing here. I'd say for me, Captain America: The First Avenger is #1.
Yeah, I'm good with that, and I could see that one, and maybe Spider-Man will probably be next.
Yeah, I can get down with that. I'd put Black Panther next, I think.
Mm-hmm. I do feel like Ant-Man should be, on the higher end as opposed to the lower end, but like around where it's at,
I think Civil War. Well, I think Civil War should be more up.
That's fine. I just mean I feel like before that's fine.
I'm not putting Civil War above Black Panther.
No, that's fine.
No way, buddy. No way. What about these shows down here? I haven't seen Hawkeye, but I would.
Hawkeye's
great.
Knight.
What about Moon Knight though? I liked. I
preferred Moon Knight to Hawkeye, but I'm not
yeah. I don't think they're both good. I think Moon Knight might be better. I'm biased. I like Moon Knight a lot more in the comics, so
I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
All right, so our B tier is Captain America 1, Spider-Man Far From Home, Black Panther, Civil War, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Shang-Chi, Moon Knight, Hawkeye, and the Guardians Christmas Special.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Our C tier. Well, obviously, Winter Soldier goes all the way at the bottom.
Haters.
Move up Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know. I mean, Santino, we can give you a bone. We can bump up Winter Soldier if you think.
Okay, yes, I believe it. The fans would appreciate that one.
Do we should Ant-Man be first or should Winter Soldier?
I think Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Then maybe I'd say Doctor Strange next, maybe.
Wow, I was kind of surprised with that one, but okay.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. What would you say is higher than? Would you say Avengers?
I think Avengers. I think Avengers is still a solid movie. I think it would be
Mm,
better than the
I
first
mean,
Thor.
it was okay. Yeah, I guess I can live with it. Thor, Miss Marvel. I'd say Miss Marvel over Thor.
Yeah.
hmm
She-Hulk, I haven't seen. Where is this?
I think it depends. I know some people really didn't like she. I enjoyed it, so I think it's okay where it's at.
And then,
I think the Marvels maybe should be last.
yeah, that's fair.
That one or Wakanda Forever. I think it could go either one with those two.
Put What If above Wakanda.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Now, Charlie, you didn't like She-Hulk or What If? Did you? Is this preference? Is this good or would you want it flopped?
Well, I've only seen the first season of What If, so I don't know about the second season. So I'm fine with that. Or I'm fine with either way. But
Let's give She-Hulk a bone. Let's.
Mhm.
So we have for our C tier, Winter Soldier, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Age of Ultron, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, Miss Marvel, Thor, She-Hulk, What If, Wakanda Forever, and the Marvels. We happy?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. All
Yep.
right.
I like it.
I like it. I like it. Okay. Our D tier. Well, obviously, Thor: The Dark World is the top. I mean,
The top of the D.
It was in the other. Oh, so was Iron Man 3. You know, I can actually.
It only got bumped down on principle.
And I would actually put Iron Man 3 above Dark World. So let's
Okay.
go
Wow.
with that.
I thought you would have reversed that, but
No.
Captain
happy
Marvel's
with that.
last.
I mean, I don't know. Iron
No,
Man 2
actually-
and Hulk, dude, are pretty bad. But so is this. That's fine. I'm gonna bring Hulk down, Iron Man down. I'd say Thor was over Black Panther or Black Widow. You know, actually, no, you guys hated that one.
Which one?
I was gonna say I'd put Thor: Love and Thunder the highest on here, but I guess we can't because these were C tiers anyway.
Yeah, so those two will have to be because
I think this. Are we good? Is Echo good here in the middle or?
I think I could go down like one maybe. Yeah, that feels about right.
All right, so we got Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, travesty, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Widow, Incredible Hulk, Echo, Iron Man 2, Captain Marvel. And I think these ones are pretty easy because we had this one already bumped up, and I think Secret Invasion is fair to say it's the last, right? So
Yeah, Secret Invasion was way worse than Ant-Man.
So our E tier is Falcon and Winter Soldier and Eternals. And then our F tier is Ant-Man Quantumania and Secret Invasion. And there we have it.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Are we gonna print this out and like put it like in a poster in like the back of your room or something?
So everyone can see it. I was maybe just gonna put it on Instagram, but we could print physical copies out as well.
There you go. This could be your first merch. Buy blankets.
Yeah. Well,
I can't wait to hear all the comments calling us idiots and everything. But
oh yeah,
I can't believe you thought Dark World was better than Winter Soldier.
I'm
Wake
telling
up,
you,
people!
I'm telling you, Winter Soldier is gonna get people are gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a lot of shit for Winter Soldier.
I'm ready for it, dude. That movie is just all those people who give me shit. I'll say this: bite your tongue unless you've also saw it twice in theaters.
Okay,
Bite your tongue.
Let's all make a prediction. What's gonna be the most controversial pick we've have? Do you think it's gonna be Winter Soldier?
I'd say Winter Soldier. Yeah.
I say it's gonna be Winter Soldier or Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War's B though. That's not that low. That's not.
Yeah,
that bad.
I'd say it's pretty close to middle of the road. So I feel like that one's kind of safe.
And I feel like
Um,
people like Winter Soldier better than Civil War, and we have it lower. So I feel like that's gonna be some people.
Oh, that's gonna frost some of your cookies.
You know what I mean?
We don't want frosted cookies here.
All right. Well, take a look at that beautiful tier.
It's just so beautiful.
All right. Well, this is fun. We should do this again with some other shit. I don't know.
There's plenty of series out there.
Yeah, yeah. But
ooh,
cool.
hey, Santino, you could do a Godzilla tier ranking after at
That
the
is
end of the year.
Ooh.
I could. Brad, you can start watching now. Maybe by the end of, maybe for the new year we could do one.
I might have to do that. I might have to do that.
You only have to watch 35 movies.
I could do that.
Yeah,
I could
it's
do
doable.
Some of them are really rough. Good luck.
that. I could watch 30 some movies and 9 seasons of the Drew Carey show before this
1
year's
year,
over.
one Drew.
1 year, one Drew, exactly. Cool. All right. Any final thoughts? Are we good?
I'm good.
Good. I'm a little disappointed, but I am happy overall.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like I barely remember any of these movies, so it looks good to me.
It looks at least aesthetically pleasing. So we have that
Yeah.
one for us.
Mhm.
Until you hear people complain that how dare you move certain movies down just for it to look good.
Well, it's our show. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, it's not a full bell curve. So I feel like we made our
yeah.
made some
If I'm really being
strides.
picky, I would move more, but we'll leave it at this.
I'm sure you don't want to be here for another 20 minutes.
No. All right. Well, thanks for watching or listening. Of course, if you are watching us on YouTube, we do have a weekly podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. Just search for CinemaSpeak. Remember, we are on X at the CinemaSpeak, on Instagram, CinemaSpeak Podcast, and on YouTube as CinemaSpeak. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. And I hope everybody has a great week and a great eternity, because this is on YouTube, so it's not a weekly thing. But until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.